Well, hello there, all the people of the internet and elsewhere. Kind of tangled up here. I'm noticing the wires and everything else. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks since the last stream, hasn't it? Why that happened is because last Monday we had a lightning storm here, and usually when that happens I turn everything off just to make sure that any power outages or power surges or whatnot don't break my equipment here. So I was going to stream on another day to compensate, but then on Wednesday when I was planning it, we got another lightning storm warning, and I decided to cancel it again. But then it turned out that there was no other storm. So that prediction was wrong. So I could have done it, but instead I did some work and at least I made some progress. But yeah, sorry about all that. So at least I'm back today. This is annoying me, this bundle of wires here. Give me a moment while I'm trying to figure this out. You know, headphones always get bungled up, or the headphone wires to be more precise. So how's everyone doing? You know, crazy things going on in the world continuously, and people are stressed out and whatnot for good reasons, obviously. Oh, which reminds me, I was gonna talk about the itch.io bundle, or itch.io, or however you want to pronounce it. I will post the link in the chat. So the itch.io bundle for racial justice and equality has already reached more than $7 million in donations, which is crazy. And if you do donate, and I do suggest that you do, you get like, what's the latest number there? Like 1,704 games that are worth over $9,000 in total, for the low price of starting from $5 for however much you choose to donate there. And it has like a bunch of well-known indie games in there as well. I have been playing a little bit of Odd Realm, and it's been nice. It's kind of like a rimworld type game, or dwarf fortress type, but with graphics. But there's a bunch more, like Celeste, A Short Hike, Lena's Inception, Night of the Consumers, and Long Gone Days, also well-known one, and a bunch more. So I do suggest you take a look at it if you haven't yet, and there's now less than 40 hours left until the bundle closes. So anyway, since the last stream 2 weeks ago, then I've been working a lot on Office Management 101, on the stuff that I worked on in the last stream, and some things from there on. So I'm gonna show that today, and then we can continue improving on some of that stuff. So actually, let's get started on it. Where is it? Here. So I'll start a new game. Should probably turn the music down a bit as well, so you can actually hear me. So, what are we called today? Sometimes online I use the name Rigoberto, written like this. This is a stupid nickname a friend of mine used to call me in high school, but I've been using it sometimes since. So I don't know, let's call it Rigoberto. The company name, what can we call it? Let's call it Justice Corp. What's a logo for Justice? Still like a yin yang logo. These logos are one of the few things that I didn't draw. Those were done by my brother. It doesn't look like there was. So let's go with the cat. Cats are Justice. So here, if you've seen this game before, we have a new skill to select for the CEO, and that's basic marketing skills. So marketing is one of the things that I've been working on lately, and that's something I will work on more today. So what about the outfit? I kind of like the rabbit head there. The suit is also fine. Let's go with blue bands. What's the other skill? I'm an engineer mostly, so let's go with engineering. So here we go. So last time I was working on this stuff, and it's also a bit unfinished, or very unfinished actually, but I've done some of the stuff for phones. So to quickly go over it, so just to give an idea what this is about here anyway. So this is the screen or the dialogue where you create new projects, new products for your company that you can sell. So these are like sort of the schematics for the product, and you'll have different categories. There's only 6 right now, but I'll definitely add like a lot more here. And eventually you'll have to unlock these by researching these categories. And by default maybe you'd have like only a few unlocked, and then you hire researchers and they research new products that you can make then. And each of those products will have like a different schematic or layout, but none of these are properly done yet besides the phone one. So what else is going on here besides the schematic itself? So you can drag and drop these around here, and the way you place them determines like some parameters for the product, and it's sort of calculated by the rows and columns indicated by these let's call them headers here. So let's hover over one. So each of these has like icons that give an idea what they're about. So this icon indicates adults, this icon indicates seniors, and this one indicates teenagers. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick to these icons like in the final version. These were just something that I drew quickly to have something, but you know, that's something we have right now. So also an icon is this money one here, and that indicates the cost for the product. The production cost, to be more precise there. And also these here all have colors, which then need to match up with these components. So basically, any engineering component in this row here will add cost to this product. So right now there is none here. If I drag this over here, the production cost per unit went up to 12. If I move it back down here, it goes down to 11. And same with the yellow here. So these design components also add cost to the production. So if I move it over here, now it's down to 10. On the other hand, these columns up here also are affected by the component. So this one here adds a negative value to denatures. So they will desire it less if you have testing components in this column. So if I move it over here, it goes to 0. The only way you can like gain points for this specific product right now would be to have design here, but that comes with the cost of adding more cost to the production. So, you know, it's kind of like a puzzle, and you have to figure out what do you want to prioritize exactly. Do you want to make like a cheap product that is maybe less desirable, or maybe you want to make like a specific product for specific groups of people, and then you're willing to like raise the cost for the product, then, or like raise the desirability for some groups and lower it for others, like here. And also, this will not affect level 1 products, but higher level products will have more components and a bigger layout, and then the way you place these components around will also affect how many tasks the project for the product will have. So let's create this one right now. We had 3 tasks, and I'll have to hire people to do all these tasks, plus the management for the project as well. So the level 1 manager can be the CEO, or you can hire a separate manager for that. So also the modifiers from before are shown here, although I'm not sure this is the best spot for these. Maybe I'll put like a deadline here when the product is supposed to launch, or something else of that sort, and move these around. And this might even not be that important on this specific screen, and it will affect the marketing instead. So this is even more like work in progress right now, but this stuff I worked on totally off the stream, so I did share it on Discord a little bit, but I've improved it a bit since then. So let's talk about what's going on here as well. So also we have the production cost here, and then no tooltip written for this yet, but then the price that you will sell the product at, that you can change. You can't change it right now, but you'll be able to. And then there will be like 2 like main numbers that you'll care about when doing any marketing. And one of these will be awareness, and the other one will be how many units of the product you have sold, right? And also probably how much money you've made from selling the product. But to explain this a bit more then, so when you have someone working on marketing, let's put the CEO here. You choose the marketing focus. Let's leave it in mail right now. And then as the employee keeps working on this, he adds more awareness to the product. And basically awareness pretty much means or equals to one person who has heard of this product. And this is broken down into like a bunch of more detailed groups of people. So male teenagers of lower income, and you'll see like how many of these have you reached. I probably also want to add like a percentage here, so you can better tell like how much of the population that is. And then you get to pick like from each of these categories. You can focus your marketing on that. So say we have high desirability for adults, so it would make sense to focus marketing on adults, and that will add marketing to all the adults here. I've decided on 3 types of groups in the end here. So they're divided by gender, age, and then by income. And for gender, I did not create more than 3. So it's male, female, and non-binary. But I will totally leave this at least modable. So if people want to change these, that's totally fine. I do believe that people should be able to play the game the way they want to. And having non-binary here already might create some controversy in theory, but I live with that, especially if I define these as like people who identify as male, people who identify as female, people who identify as non-binary. So sold units will pretty much also show like a number of units of the product you have sold, but it's not showing that right now, but instead it's showing the population of the level or the country or the region where this is taking place. So I like defined some numbers here. Actually, I can show how I did that. I wasn't planning on, but it might be like a thing. So hey, hi in the chat. Thanks for joining in again. Nice to see you there. Yeah, just give me a moment. Quickly close this. And then I made this spreadsheet where I can define the total population, which is 10 million right now. Could be like a million or whichever. And then I can define the percentages for each group here. and it then calculates the proper numbers for me. And after that, I can just copy this from here and paste it over to my where's that file? My product category file. Wait, no, not the product category, but that's in the level file. Level. Yeah, forgot to fix this. So it's under demographics here, and I can just paste it here. That's the numbers then for how many people there are. And that can then change level by level. Or maybe like if you start a new game, you can and play in sandbox mode, then you can pick the numbers yourself. So anyway, I'm showing these here right now because the sold units would be 0 anyway, because I have not implemented that yet. And I just wanted to see these numbers somewhere as well. So that's like the overall basics of it, but there's like a lot more going on in the background here that I have not gone into yet. But I guess we can go through some of it through the stream today as I work on things. So like some of the things that I do want to take into account, like what do these desirabilities even mean? Like, I'm still not fully decided if I want to keep these as just like plain numbers like they are right now, which kind of like you don't really have like any context for these, right? So it might be confusing. But on the other hand, it might work. The other option would be to use percentages here. And like, I don't know, like minus 10%, minus 50%, plus 50%, stuff like that. And then you maybe get like a better grasp intuitively like what that could be. So I have like 2 ideas how I could use these exactly. But before I explain that, I guess I should explain market trends and how I'm thinking of doing those. So I'm thinking that each product category has like a trend value, probably in percentage from 0 to 100. And it would be different, or at least a little different for each of the groups of people. And then a total is, I guess, averaged or calculated from that. So what would that percentage mean then? Basically, the higher the percentage, the more people will be buying products of that category and that level. So I don't know, say like 50% trend for the phone category would mean like 50% of the max would want to buy a phone. If that makes some sense, and if it's 100%, then all of the people would want to buy a phone. How exactly it's determined on a day-to-day basis, though, that's still kind of I guess it needs some testing and balancing in the end. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, as long as I have like a percentage that I can throw into calculations, I can like wiggle around with the rest of the stuff. So with this, these then, if these were percentages, I would just, add or subtract from the trend percentage. And thank you for following. I'm gonna butcher that name right now, but I'm sorry about that. But Ivtaz, is that about right? Ivtaz? Ivtaz? I don't know. Sorry. YWDAZ. It's Daz. Okay. So YW, is that like a like short for something? But yeah, Daz. Okay. Thanks so much for following. Very much appreciated. So okay, I was saying, so if these were just percentages, then, and say trend for the phone was 50%, then I would just subtract 10% from that 50%, it would be 40. So that's like one option. Another option here would be to use these only in comparison with other products of same category. And Taz is asking, how am I doing? I'm doing absolutely great, personally. It's kind of hot in here. That's my only complaint right now. It's like 28 degrees Celsius in my room right now. And it's gonna get hotter because my door is closed while I'm streaming. So anyway, if I kept these as numbers, I would use these only in comparison with other products of the same category. So if a competing company made a phone of the same level, then if someone wants to buy a phone, like a customer, they would choose between your phone and the phone of the other company, and if the desirability of yours is lower, then they would buy the other company's phone instead, and maybe like taking the price into account in that as well. So like they prefer, if the desirability is the same, they would buy the cheaper one and like that. So that way you'd have to keep an eye on what's going on in the market when deciding on what to produce and what the product price and like parameters are. So that's like another option that I have in my head. So you love tycoon games like Zoo Tycoon. Yes, what I'm doing here is working on a game called Office Management 101. I can throw the link on the chat. It's wishlistable on Steam. So what that is a company management game where you can make consumer electronics, I suppose. So like phones, microwaves, what else do we have? Walkie-talkies, speakers, headphones, TVs, and a bunch more coming here. All that while also decorating your office by buying furniture, placing it around, then hiring people to work on those projects that you have, and so forth. So like your standard tycoon stuff, but with like a few touches that are maybe a bit less common in the genre. So say I'm gonna need a designer eventually. So let's hire one. Then I can get her to work on the design of this product that I was making here. So that's like the basic overview of the game. This is a demo level that is playable for free already. I can link that as well. You can download it there and give it a try if you want to. It's a short, like about 2-hour demo that you can check out, try and get like a taste of what the game will be like eventually. But the features that I'm working on here right now, those are new and not in the demo yet. So that's pretty much what I do on these streams. Also, sometimes I stream music creation for the game instead, or art. And actually, I will be doing some art shortly. Actually, yeah. Let's continue on that. So right now, the age groups have some sort of icons, but the other groups of people like income and genders don't have an icon. And I should draw those so I can show them here and also here. So like 40 minutes into the stream, and only now I'm starting to actually work on something. which is rare, but there was a lot to talk about because I've been working on the game a lot lately, and I'm sure I still missed some stuff. So let's start with the gender icons first. I do have a sort of a gender icon. APL asking that you missed it, but what does the awareness represent? An exact number of individuals that knows about your product. Yes, you got that correctly. I'll quickly show that again. So it's 28 right now. So that would mean like 28 people have heard of your product, and out of those 14 would be male and 14 would be female. Then like breaking it further down, it's like 14 adults, most of them from middle income wealth. Actually, in the background, these are stored not as like full numbers, but like numbers with a comma in it, but they're rounded down just to make more sense of it. And I can go into the math issues that I had that I have not fully solved yet either. But I was about to look for something else. Oh yeah, the gender icons. Just give me a moment first. So gender. I kind of know where it should be, but like when you start a new game, there's an icon where you can switch the gender of the CEO. But I'm not seeing it in the list of icons right now. Might be easier just to quickly start a new game then. So is the income level random? Not exactly. I don't know if you saw that. I was showing how the numbers are determined. So this is the icon I was talking about. Guess I can just take a screenshot here. And then, so I don't erase my old save game. And I'll talk about the income levels in a moment. But yeah, this is the gender switching icon. I can use this as a base for the other icons, but the income levels then. So these are defined here in the level demographics. So each group has like a predefined number per level that I can change. And I started off with like a total population number, and then I went and inserted like some percentages for each group of people that seemed about right. I did some research online, like what's the like division of genders and ages and wealth groups in the world, mostly in United States, but I also looked up some other countries. And then I just tried to base the numbers here sort of on those. So like if you add all these numbers here together, you'll get 10 million right now. So that's like the total population in that level. But I can easily change it, and I was also showing it earlier. I have like a spreadsheet where I can enter the population number, and then it calculates all these numbers for me, and I can just copy paste all of that into here. So anyway, gender icons then. So I should start off with a circle for all of them. Something like this, maybe. And then there should be like an arrow up here. That's from male. Then let's move this around a bit. This is the female icon. And for non-binary, I was googling it earlier. It was like a cross. That might be kind of hard to draw. Although this might work. Especially if I do like mess around with the colors a little here. So if I do add some blending like this, or blur, or there's another word for this, I can't somehow recall right now. Or do I just want to add like highlights? What about this then? Although I should take into account the background they're mostly shown on. So maybe it should be brown, because it's mostly going to be shown on a brown background, and that blue might not look very nice on brown. I mean, I guess eventually I'll have to see what it looks like in a game though. So let's do that. But first, I should also draw the income levels. And for that, I was thinking of making coins. So like 1 coin for the poorest people and 3 coins for the richest people. Again, these don't have to be like the final versions of these icons. As long as I have something, then I can move forwards with these. And then if they need improving in the end, then I can do that eventually. I guess these are good enough for now. Maybe just add a little bit of highlight there. At the corner of the coins. Not sure if you can actually tell that these are coins just on the first glance, but they're more like buttons or something. Whatever. Just go with it for now. Just so we can move on. So let's define these icons then. I don't have that file open, so let's look that up. Icons. Mail. And it's right after random. So if random is 97, then male will be 98. Female will be 99, and non-binary will be 100. And then what were the icon names for these? Wealth group. Lower income, middle income, upper income. There we go. Middle income and upper income, and I also need to change the values here to 101, 2, 3. And then I want to show them in the Dropbox, for example. That's more complicated right now. Let's start with the awareness stuff then. That is demographic tree. Where is it constructed exactly? Where the labels are. Here, so this is the label for the title for that row. Row table, add new image. And then that image will be guess I don't have the icon here. So let's add it. So icons use texture region class. Can be empty in some cases. So if it's empty, wait, if it's not empty, then add that image icon. And here is where we pass that icon on. They should also set the width, just in case. Get region width, and I might as well set the height too. Get region height. So let's see what it looks like. Continue. There it is. They're not sorted properly right now, though. That's just something I noticed earlier. They're pretty much like randomly ordered each time I open this. So I should fix that as well. I kind of know why that is happening, but let's see. It's possible that if I mess this up right now, can't load that save game anymore. Basically, in this file, I'm using object map class for storing all that stuff, but that does not have ordering. So if I did want ordering instead, I would have to use ordered map. Seeing already that it's breaking stuff. So did it break anything else? Apparently not. Okay, that's one place, but is there another? example. So let's search for it actually. So object map. I can remove it completely. Then it will show me where it is used. So everywhere here. I could just do search and replace too. But I kind of want to see what's going on. This broke this file here. Campaign file. Reachable customers. Okay, this is the place where the save games will be broken. That's not a big deal. Because I'll just make more. Wait. Actually, it might work after all. We'll see in a moment. Is anything else broken? Well, hopefully not. Let's try and load it then. Ooh, it did load. And now it's all properly ordered. Which is great. So now that I've added the icons here, that means I can use actually the same ones for project creation definitions here as well. Like these column and row headers they don't have to be based on the age groups, but they can also be based on income levels and gender if I want to. So we can do one of the categories. I only have phones right now, but we can do, I don't know, let's do TVs. Let's figure something out there. So product categories, I had that open somewhere. Here. Phone. And layouts. Just copy paste all this stuff. To TV. And then we can think a little how we want to do this. Let's ignore the modifiers right now, but try and do the layout first. So the layout for the phone is kind of like oh, by the way, one here indicates like a slot where you can place a component in, and 0 indicates a hole where you can't place anything in. So the layout for the phone is kind of like this Tetris piece, like the zigzag Tetris, or the squiggly Tetris piece. That was just like a random one that I came up with, and it has no like relation to what phones really look like. So if we start off with just like full everything, I can show what that looks like. TV. So you can pretty much like drag everything everywhere. Well, I did not mention this before, but I'm not sure about how this all should be aligned. Like, should I align it to the left? Should it be in the middle like it is right now? Because it's not gonna be this small every time. Sometimes it's going to be, for higher level products, it will be bigger, and there will be more tasks listed here. So I don't know. But I'm thinking that I'm going to keep it aligned in the middle. There are some concerns here as well, like this icon, which you can click on, and it's a button that just randomly shuffles these around. But I kinda don't like the blue borders around here. I just used the normal button, like the colors that are used up here. They use the same one here, but it kind of like doesn't go well with the darker brown here, especially the light blue corners. But anyway, like my one concern is that making sure that it's clear that you can drag and drop these. I could just add that into the description of this this tooltip, but I mean, like, colors wise as well, maybe somehow, like it might be confusing that you can drag and drop these but not these headers, at least when you're seeing it for the first time. So anyway, with a layout like this, the puzzle isn't that hard. Let's see, like if I wanted to make a perfect one, what would I do? Like the cheapest one that maximizes whatever can be maximized. So that means I would put the design here. This can be wherever, but not in the last column. And this should be here. And that is pretty much it. This is like the best layout. If I keep the headers as they are right now, which I'm not going to since I copy pasted these from the phone. So I mean it's not that bad, but say the plan for me here is that I'm eventually going to add patenting of these layouts. So like if a competing company makes a product with this specific layout and you use the same one, then you might get sued for the patent. But then you'd have to come up with like the second best option. Meaning like maybe you take a hit on something. Okay, you move this here actually, and this is also a equally good layout then. So as a puzzle, this already makes it less interesting if there's like multiple equally good solutions. Normally that would mean that I'd have more like holes in the layout than none. So I don't know, I just randomly placed a hole here. For level 1 projects, the component list will be always the same. 1 engineering, 1 design, 1 testing. But for higher level projects, this will vary. But yeah, these are the headers then. And also these I can leave empty. I've designed it so. Although I don't recall what did I have to do for that. Let me quickly check. Product category. Here maybe. Oh yeah, none. So if I put none here, okay, none, then it should not show up. Let's put it here as well. Let's see what that looks like. TV. So there's a hole here that left in the layout, and I also left some of the headers out. So that's an option. So let's start with none on all of these. And then figure out what we want to do exactly. I should also remove these. So a TV. If I wanted to go by some sort of looks, then if I add 2 holes, then let's add like this. And we'll see if we can come up with something here. So in this column you only have room for one thing. For one component. Which means I'm thinking there should be a benefit and a cost for it, so to say. So that means so this is the first column. Let's say the column effect is negative. The row effect is positive then. So TV. Let's see. These days, teenagers don't watch TV that much anymore, I guess. They do watch Netflix and stuff like that. But do they watch it on laptop or on TV? I don't know. I haven't seen the statistics. So maybe I shouldn't base stuff on logic like that and just concentrate on the puzzle itself. But for the phone, the things for affecting adults and seniors, I think. Wait, adults, seniors, teenagers. Okay, it's affecting everyone, but adults positively. So it wouldn't be the same. Maybe I should make this column, first column, a negative effect for the adults. Wait, not here. Here. the component would be, it was engineering here, for like, let's put testing here. And then also testing here. And the positive bonus will be for gender female. What else can I do then? So we have adults negatively, female positively. Let's put design here. And then we'll need design in one of these. Let's put it here. Let's put it here actually. And again, here it would be a positive effect for something. And in the row here, it would be a negative effect for something. We don't have cost modifiers yet. So let's put that here. For engineering. And I was having trouble deciding how to define this for the cost. But that's why I named this variable positive bonus. So positive bonus true for the production cost would lower the cost, and positive bonus false will raise the cost. And then what else? We need something here and something here. So what does design positively affect? Let's say age, teenagers. But it does negatively affect gender male. And it has no effects on effects or any effects on seniors. Okay, TV. So let's try and see if this is an interesting puzzle now. So how do I maximize everything here? yeah, it doesn't actually show these. That's kinda lame. But we'll work it out. I'll just describe the information that is missing here. So, female. Wait, male. Is not affected here. And then this. Ideally, we'd want testing here. So this would add 1 point to female and subtract 1 point for male, but also add 1 point to denatures. So female denatures would get 2 points in total. And that's the lowest cost option. And the only way to add cost here would be to put engineering either here or here. But there's no reason to do that. So that kind of doesn't make sense from the puzzle point of view. So maybe the cost should be either testing or design. Probably testing then, because you don't want to put testing here anyway. So what was that? Engineering, testing. And now let's see why those other values didn't show up. Product creation dialog. So age group. Here they are. Okay, I should start with the gender first. So gender group. Can use this here. Just to generalize it a bit better. I'll rename the variable. So that's that, and then also wealth group. And that should be it. Line gets kind of long now though, so maybe I should only show those that are not 0. Although there's a complication in that. To think about it a little, but you know, when like the price gets bigger, for example, then they would not all fit here, probably. Okay, so back to the puzzle then. Engineering. So this was the best layout, right? Which does add cost. This also is fine. Both are the same. Will have the same values. So maybe that's kind of less interesting then. Then again, I don't have any modifiers for the engineering anyway, so maybe that's not an issue. Okay, anyway, so teenagers get 1 point for being in this column, but get -1 for male, which is shown here. Testing adds cost here, but also adds desirability for females. So that's the basics here. But what if I wanted to prioritize something else then? I could prioritize cost. It kind of feels like this puzzle is lacking right now. It's not that interesting. The negative cost must be quite high, or we would never choose that over the other states. You're right in that, although when it comes to level 1 projects, it's kind of have limits here. Like I kind of would want the components to work the same way on all the levels. So let's explain it with this column here. So if every testing component in this column adds $1 to the production cost, then it would add like $1 in level 1 projects, but also in level 2 projects, level 3, level 10, you know, whichever. It's just that higher level projects have more components and more testing components as well, so it would be more like complicated to add those in here. So yeah, but still I could make the cost changes higher. That would just mean that potentially in case of like I don't know, level 10 products, you'd potentially add like a lot of cost in these sort of columns. Unless instead of like purely just dollar based here, it could be a percentage instead. So I don't know, each of these adds 10% to the cost. Yeah, that could work. So you do have a point there. So where do I actually calculate it? Calculate price. Here we go. We'll have to change the variable type for the price though to double, because long doesn't have commas in it. And then I will round that down. this complicated formula should work. Okay, so anyway, here also double. One more. So did that break anything else? Apparently not. Okay, let's check that again then. That's the phone, but what about this? So yeah, 10% of 100 is 10. So that would add $10 to the production cost here. And each of these categories has a base price defined. So for phones, it's $10. For TV, it's 100. For microwave, it's 50. Headphones, 20. Speakers, 30. Walkie-talkie, 30. They're kind of random, but random in the sense that it just like came up with some number and predefined it for the category. Yeah, the sell price will be here in the marketing. You can't change it right now, but that's where the edit button will be. And then you can see the production cost and then pick the price based on that. And also taking account, what the competition is selling the product at, and also what the desirability for that product and the trend. Well, maybe not the trend, but what the desirability for the groups the products have. But yeah, right now it's 0 and you can't change it either. And also, you maybe missed it earlier, but this sold units here is also not correct. It's showing the total population right now. Because I wanted to see that somewhere while I'm developing this. So I also want to add icons to these here. But for that, I would have to make my my own Dropbox element. For now, I'm using the default libgdx Dropbox element here. libgdx being the engine of the game. But yeah. Also, I'm not sure if the modifiers would be displayed here. Let's see. I mean, all of these. So what was the layout again? Engineering here, this here, this here. Like, the choice here now is mostly for this, I imagine. Like, you're choosing either to concentrate this product fully on female customers and make it cheaper by that, or you make a more general product that costs more but has no like negative desirability points for males. Wait, not males, adults. So, you know, there's like some choice here, and especially if I add the patent system as well. Also, I missed your question earlier about. Oh, anyway, I wanted to create this product to test something out. You asked if you will know the number 10 million for the population, and I suppose so, but probably not here, but perhaps somewhere in the analytics here. I will add a trends tab definitely somewhere here, which will show the trends for the products, and maybe the population numbers would be shown there as well. But in this case, I do want to add percentages to these awareness numbers, so that way you can also get like an idea what the total population is from here. And maybe like if you hover over here, then in the tooltip it would also show these total population numbers. So like basically that's not hidden information in the real world either, right? Like you can check the official statistics for pretty much any country for what the population is and how the groups, or like how the groups of people are divided. So yeah, 28 out of 10 million is not very much, but take into account that the CEO here has been only marketing for like 3 days, so it should not be surprising that he has not reached a lot of people yet. But yeah, definitely this will need balancing in the end. Yeah, 28 would still be at 0%, I guess. I mean, like in real world marketing, say you're marketing on social media, then the bigger the population is, the more people you would reach by marketing, logically, right? So maybe like the amount of awareness added should be more in higher populated levels. I'm not sure how I would go about it exactly though. That would be even harder to balance out. But yeah, I'm also noticing that these are missing still some information here. But I'm thinking I'm gonna start wrapping it up for today. I have not done a lot on the stream this time, but I did sort of explain what's going on here and what I've been working on, so hopefully that was still something interesting to you guys. But I will be continuing on this off the stream again, and I will show any new stuff next week. And yeah, I'm definitely more productive off the stream, that's for sure. Because I don't have to like explain what I'm doing. I'm just like concentrated on one task at a time. So let's switch to the full view as I usually do. So yeah, this time was more like a dev blog type of stream, I guess. And maybe if I was as productive as I've been in the past few weeks, like if I was as productive all the time, then I could do more of these dev blog sort of streams more often. But you know, on some weeks I only work on streams, so there's like no new stuff to show off. So it is what it is. But I have been really like happy and with the stuff I've been doing in the past few weeks, and it's been fun coming up with all this these complex math stuff. Oh, I didn't even go into the math that I was asking about on Discord the other day. But I guess I'm not gonna start talking about that right now. I kind of came up with a workaround for it, so I wouldn't have to use it, but yeah. I have not thought it all through yet, so maybe Maybe I'll still have to figure that out as well. Although I did, the problem I was having was with math of probabilities, and I just couldn't recall all the stuff that I learned in school about it, which was like 20 or more years ago. But I did look it up on Google a little bit and read up on it, and I have a better understanding of it now than I did at the time when I was asking that stuff in Discord. Either way, hopefully I won't even need it, but if I do, then maybe I'll figure it out anyway. But yeah, okay. Thanks for watching then, and hopefully we'll see you again next time. Bye.